This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
This is News Tonight on Ndtv-Hindu. Hello, I'm Evelyn Matthew. These are the headlines. The city police chief confirms that CPM leader W.R. Varadarajan's death was indeed a suicide. Voting for women's reservation bill deferred by a day. Is this a permanent damage? Samajwadi Party and RJD withdraw support from the UPA.
Political डकैती, राजनीतिक डकैती, इसको बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा.
Women's Day gift to lady officers. Health checkups for free after survey reveals that 70% of lady cops suffer high BP. 10 years on, toxic waste still haunts some in Kodaikanal. The Oscars are here. Catherine Bigelow becomes the first woman to win the Best Director award. And on a very special day, a song and a wish for the women in the city.
I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believed.
On to our top story. The Chennai City Police have confirmed that Communist leader W.R. Varadarajan's death was due to drowning and it was a clear case of suicide. This comes after a Tamil channel Makkal TV and a weekly magazine claimed that W.R. Varadarajan could have been murdered. This sparked tensions among CPM party workers and they ransacked Makkal TV office on Friday. In retaliation, workers of the PMK vandalized the CPM party headquarters in T Nagar. The post-mortem report was finally released today and the city police have confirmed that his death was a case of suicide. WRV went missing on the 11th of February. His body was recovered from the Porur Lake on the 21st of February. And for more details on that story, we're now joined on the phone line by our political reporter Shabir Ahmed. Shabir, what has the police got to say?
Well, it's very clear that the police have said his death was due to drowning and there is no foul play in it. It's a clear-cut case of suicide, and that is what the post-mortem report has actually revealed, thrown light on, putting an end to all the speculations which was doing rounds over these days. They have very clearly said that it was a case of suicide. Earlier, the police also refused and brushed aside charges of a murder theory into W.R. Varadarajan's death because they said that there was no indication of a murder and a foul play in W.R. Varadarajan's death. So the police department was very clear, but there was a confusion after a local TV channel, Makkal TV, aired the news of whether it could be a murder. So that sparked tension and that sparked speculation among the police department as well as the party members. But now it has confirmed, and now putting an end to all the speculation surrounding W.R. Varadarajan's death, the police have very clearly revealed the details of the post-mortem report. Just a short while ago, they say they have received the post-mortem and it's very clear that his death was due to drowning.
Right, Shabir, his body was recovered on the 21st of February and now it's almost 15 days since that happened. Why has the post-mortem report been delayed?
Well, the post-mortem report was earlier delayed because the doctor refused to conduct a post-mortem, because I was there in the Roypeta mortuary when his body was identified by Saraswati, his wife. And after that, the doctor, Bhaskar, who was in charge of that particular department, refused to conduct a post-mortem, and that's what it got delayed. And after that, they wanted to conduct a viscera test, and they wanted to conduct a forensic test with other materials and other evidences which they have collected. And finally, they have confirmed that it is W.R. Varadarajan, and the report was expected much sooner. But though it's a sensitive case, they wanted to confirm and reconfirm it, and that's how the police department has confirmed that it's a very clear-cut case of suicide.
Right, it's obviously it's a great time of grief as well for the family members. Have they said anything at all after this statement came from the police?
A short while ago, I spoke to W.R. Vardarajan's adopted son. He was indeed very happy after hearing the news that it was a case of suicide, because they were also anticipating the post-mortem report, because since morning I was constantly in touch with Prashant, who is WRV's adopted son. So he was telling, so far we have not received a post-mortem report, but we are also in constant touch with party leaders as well as the police officials. So far they have not said anything. Right. But right now, after an official word, they are indeed breathing a sigh of relief.
All right, thanks very much, Shabir, for bringing us those details. Shabir Ahmed there getting us those details. The police have confirmed that W.R. Vardarajan's death was in fact a case of suicide. We're now joined on the phone line by G. Ramakrishnan, State Secretary with CPM. Sir, the police have confirmed that this is a case of suicide. What are your reaction? You must be feeling vindicated at this point of time.
We have not recovered from the shock, of death of one of our leaders, Comrade W.R. Vardarajan. It's very unfortunate that he left suicide note and committed suicide. We know very well. Still our party people all over the state are mourning, the death of our Comrade W.R. Vardarajan. Still, it's very unfortunate that a section of the press has gone on saying it's not suicide, it's murder. Especially they are linking the murder with the party. It's very unfortunate. Now that the police has cleared it, they have got the postmortem certificate. The postmortem certificate clearly says that he has only committed suicide by drowning. And so at least now, I think I request the media can put an end to this episode. That's what I would like to tell you.
All right. Now, you've known WRV for a very long time. You've known him closely. Many of your party workers were saying that he would never do such a thing. Did you ever, during the entire course, have an iota over the course of his death?
I know him for the past so many years. Not only me, all our colleagues. It's very unfortunate. Even after coming to know of the postmortem certificate and the cause of death revealed by police, you are asking a wrong question. Can't you believe the postmortem certificate? You ask a question. I am very sorry.
All right. I'll have to wrap it at that. But thanks very much, Mr. Ramakrishnan, for joining us on the phone line tonight and talking to us. Well, let's now listen in to what the Commissioner of Police T. Rajendran has told the media.
We have received the postmortem report today, and the postmortem clearly states that he drowned and died. It's a case of suicide.
Well, in other news making the headlines, the Women's Reservation Bills, it would have been the perfect gift for Sonia Gandhi on Women's Day. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Voting on the bill was deferred till Tuesday after much chaos in Parliament. The upper house was adjourned for the sixth and final time at 6 p.m. today to reconvene tomorrow. Legislators were at war at the Parliament over the Women's Reservation Bill. Voting on the historic bill that reserves 33% of legislative seats for women was deferred after a dozen members opposing it tore up the document and hurled them at Rajya Sabha Chairman Hamid Ansari. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh called an all-party meeting on Monday to work out modalities of passing the bill without any discussion, but that too was deferred till tomorrow. Earlier in the day, Samajwadi Party and the RJD withdrew support from the UPA over this issue. Mulayam Singh Yadav and Lalu Prasad Yadav said the women's bill is being forced upon by the Congress and that it does not protect the interest of Dalit and Muslim women. The big question now is whether the bill will be put to vote without a debate.
संख्या बल पर ये चाहते हैं और बता रहे हैं, सब लोग बोल रहे हैं, हमारा जो लोकतांत्रिक जो अधिकार हमको मिला है जनतंत्र में, उसका पुरजोर इस्तेमाल करेंगे, चाहे नतीजा जो भी हो, ये हमको फेंकवा दे, मुलायम सिंह को फेंकवा दे। नहीं चलेगा इस तरह से। आँख के सामने ये पॉलिटिकल डकैती, राजनीतिक डकैती, इसको बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा। और जो हमारा गार्डन, जो भी हमारा अस्त्र हमको मिला है, उसका हम इस्तेमाल करेंगे।
And joining us right now on the phone line from New Delhi is Kanimuri, the DMK Rajya Sabha, member of the DMK and the Rajya Sabha MP. Ma'am, must have been a disappointing day for you. It started off looking well enough, but towards the end of the day, the voting being deferred by a day, a disappointment for you?
Yeah, I am very disappointed, along with many women of this country. It is ended as a very, very sad day.
We've been seeing pictures from the session there today, the kind of behavior from the opposing MPs. What is your reaction to that?
Oh, it was unacceptable, atrocious. I don't think anybody, I was talking to many of the senior MPs, and they've never seen something like this happen in the Rajya Sabha ever before.
All right, now that the voting has been deferred and the all-party meeting has also been deferred by a day, what do you think would be the UPA's strategy? What should be the UPA's strategy tomorrow when the Parliament reconvenes?
Unfortunately, now it's become like a blame game. I mean, the left and the BJP and the Congress. Like, you cannot, now, I mean, they've come together on something which everybody believes in. And I think we have to stand together to make sure that the bill goes through. Now everybody started resorting to, who went wrong. The flow management was bad. I mean, that's not what is going to sort the issue out. I mean, even if it was, people came together because they believed in the women's bill. So I think we should keep that as the focus and forget, what went wrong or whether it was managed badly and things like that, and make sure it goes through tomorrow.
All right. But the fact that this has been deferred by a day, a lot of parties are speculating and saying that this could probably be permanent damage. What are your thoughts on that?
I refuse to completely give up hope, and let's see. I mean, I hope it will happen tomorrow. I'm sure there's a meeting tomorrow in the morning coming by the Prime Minister, and he's going to speak to all the party leaders, and sure something can be worked out.
We will be keeping all our eyes and ears glued to that. But thanks very much for joining us tonight on News Tonight and giving us those inputs. Well, back to news from the state. Tamil Nadu government today filed a petition in the Supreme Court questioning the Apex Court's move to appoint an expert panel to study the safety of century-old Mullai Periyar Dam. The Supreme Court had set up a 5-member panel headed by former Chief Justice A.S. Anand to examine the issues including the safety of the controversial Mullai Periyar Dam. While Kerala has nominated the former Supreme Court judge to the panel, Tamil Nadu declined to nominate. In its petition, Tamil Nadu says that the Supreme Court should not delegate its powers to the committee and empower it with enormous powers, and that the Supreme Court should decide itself the issue on the basis of evidence already before the court. Well, still ahead, not disabled, call them differently abled, says Chief Minister Karunanidhi. We'll be back with more.